Alright, working on the old 1936 Model Y Briggs again. And since we last seen you, I straightened this breather out, and it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I was lucky. I was able to get an 1.25" socket, and it fit right down inside there. So I got it perfectly round. And now I just got to find some kind of cap or something or hat to go on there, you know. I came up with this, but I think it's a tad too big, so we'll have to find something else. But also, I fixed this hole. You know, I was able to chisel a lot of it out and pick it. You know, you get a pick in behind the threads and everything, and scrape it out. And then I chased it, and it's okay. You know, it takes a screw. I'm trying to put it in left-handed here. There we go. So that's okay. It looks bigger than the other ones, but it's not. That's only because the top may be a little wider. But yeah, that came out all right. Yeah, a lot of guys had a lot of suggestions about that, but you could tell from the comments that they've never dealt with a bolt that's been stuck for over 84 or 5 years. You know, they're a different animal. But you work at it, you get it out. I cleaned this, I degreased everything, had it in the degreaser, and now I just got to wire wheel it. And it all cleaned up pretty good. Even the shroud here, you know, you seen that pile of dirt I had? This had an equal amount inside and out. So now I just got to wire wheel that. And the rest of this stuff, that came out nice. And this here is immaculate. This is crazy how nice this is inside. I didn't even clean this. I just dunked this in the bucket, and it sort of cleaned itself. But I am going to wire wheel it back and all this stuff. And the piston. You know, I did a little research because this piston has some what I thought was carbon in it, but I don't think it's carbon. I don't think that it was carbon on the top. It might have been a little bit, but I don't think that's what it was. And we'll discuss that in a few minutes. Cleaned up all the little bits and pieces, and they came up nice. And the points and everything, they're all good. Everything is good. Even the coil. Usually when you take one of these engines apart, the coils are all falling apart and separating, and full of grease and gunk, and the laminations here are separating or rubbing. And this engine has none of that. Let me throw you up on a tripod, and we'll discuss it a little bit. Alright. Yeah, before I look at this piston here, I forgot I had another bucket. And put the head in here in the carburetor. And I figure it's been there for a day. Let's see what it looks like. This here is the Magic Potion rust remover stuff. So we'll see how it did. It must have done something, because this was clear water when I put it in here. Oh, that looks good. Alright, let me grab a paper towel here. Huh. Yeah, this came out good. This is, oh wow. It's actually wiping off the pot metal. But anyway, this here was steel. This little thing here was steel, and that was rusted. And this piece here was all rusted and stuff. So that did good. And it was all surface rust, and I guess that's what that stuff is good for. You know. I'm surprised it's wiping off the pot metal here. Interesting. All right. And this here was steel, this pipe, and that was rusted. That came out nice. All right, so I'd say that was a success. That stuff. Let's see what the head looks like. Let me see. Maybe it just needs to be wiped off. Yeah, I would say that's acceptable, because this was pretty rusted. So I don't know. I give it a C. You know, it sort of did a job, but not all that great. Oh yeah, I think I put something else in here too. Alright, I put this in there. This had very tiny surface rust on the top. And it did good with that. It was like right over here. Yeah, I guess for real light surface rust, it's okay. But when you get down into the real deep stuff, you know, it's only limited to what it can do. You know what I'll do? I have this piece here, and this is just about a little bit of surface rust. I don't know if this will fit in there. Yeah, that'll fit in there. I'll put this in here and see how that turns out. Alright. Yeah, for what the stuff is, I say it's okay. Alright, let me get that out of your way. Alright. I also checked the capacitor, and capacitor was good. You know, it's supposed to be 0.22, and can you see that? You know, I found out this thing has a light on it. Does that help you any better? Yeah, look at that. Yeah. It's supposed to be 0.22 and it's 0.25, and that's well within tolerance. Look at that. Watch this. Watch this. Alright, so that's the capacitor's good, but it is 84 years old. And I'm pretty sure this is all original equipment in here, the points and everything, because of the way the engine is. So, since this is so old, I think I'm going to restuff this, put a new capacitor in there, and just keep the old case. Because, you know, they go bad after, you know, 84 years old, they go bad after a while. Okay, now with this piston here, we thought that was all carbon in that engine, and after looking at it and everything, the engine is in too good a shape for that to be carbon. And I did a little research, because these rings here, these oil rings, are all packed with what we thought was carbon. And this was soaking. I had this soaking in gasoline for about 2 days. And I did research and to find out if there was anything that would dissolve carbon, and there wasn't anything. At least nothing in this garage anyway. And this stuff here, it seems kind of soft now. You know, I'm going to clean this out. I'm going to have to dig it out. But it's moving pretty easy. You know, like it's not hard, crusty carbon. So what I'm thinking is this might be laundry detergent, because these carburetors, this is how they were on there. They didn't have any air cleaners or anything. And I think Grandma might have just been kind of sloppy with it, and you know, all the dust and everything was sucked into this while the engine was running. So that's my theory. I'm going to clean all this stuff up. I'm kind of glad too, because it don't look like it's going to be that difficult to clean up. You know, this stuff is coming right out. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So let me clean this all up, and I'll leave a link for you guys for this thing, because you're always asking where do you get them. It's a good capacitor checker. I use it all the time. So let me clean up the rest of this stuff, and I might even take the engine outside and everything, and wire wheel it. Oh yeah, another thing before I cut you loose, I cleaned these valves up, and they cleaned up pretty nice. You know, I mean, there's no major pitting, you know, and they'll lap in. And I did check. Remember I said they looked identical? I did check, and they both have the same part number, so the valves are interchangeable. Same as the springs. Springs are the same part number, which is odd. You know, I've never come across something like that before. and it's a good idea. So that solves that mystery. They're identical, same part number. Alright, I'm going to clean this stuff up, and we'll turn these back on when we make a little bit of progress. Alright, I cleaned that piston up, and that cleaned up real nice. I mean, there was carbon back behind there, you know, I had to scrape that out, but that piston cleaned up nice. And even these rings. I took these rings out, and I actually had trouble because everything was so crisp and tight, you know, because it's almost like new. You know, that they had to come out perfectly straight. You know, you can see how sharp the edges are on here. Same with the piston. You know, but this oil ring cleaned up nice. You know, all that stuff we thought was carbon was soft. You know, and it came out pretty good. So yeah, I think Grandma put this engine to an early grave because of her dishwashing soap or whatever it is, or laundry detergent. And even this I polished this up a little bit. That came up nice. Same with that. But anyway, I was looking at I had the flywheel out and I was looking at it, and usually in one of these circles, you know, they'll stamp the year Briggs on their flywheels, and I didn't see it. So I turned it over and cleaned up the lettering here and stuff, and that's just their name. But then I came down here, and there it is, H36. That's August 1936. I think the serial number said this was from July, you know, but who knows what was going on there. So anyway, the flywheel has a date on it. And here's something that's interesting. I've never seen this before. You know, the backing plate. I'm looking at the backing plate, and that actually has a 36 there. H36. So that's August 36 too. It's pretty interesting the way Briggs did that. Alright, I took the block and that outside and wire wheeled it, so that's pretty clean. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bust open this capacitor and get it ready to stuff. Alright. Alright, there we go. Alright. To save that's going back in. Let's this one was made nice, that's why it lasted so long. Plenty of wax. You know, once that dries out, these things are shot. This one's still in pretty good shape. Alright, I'm gonna get a screw, put a screw in there and try and yank it out. Sometimes this works, sometimes it don't. Don't seem to be grabbing. Gotta try a thinner screw. Okay, see how it works. Not so good. Alright, let me keep picking at that and get it out of there. Alright, yeah, I cleaned that out. It took a little bit, but no problem. I found me a capacitor here too. Put my glasses on so I can see what you guys see. I already soldered the top on. Soldered for you Englishmen. Yeah. Some of you are probably saying, well, why not just use a new one? You know, this capacitor, this cap's been with this engine for 84 years. Who am I to take it away, right? I mean, I got plenty of capacitors. Here's one that's almost identical to it. Could have just put that one in here. Or that one. Another one. I got hundreds of them. But I enjoy it. And if you find something you enjoy, then do it. I already put a hole in the back on the side here so you can't see it. And I tinned it. Right, that's just about there. For some reason it's not going down all the way. Alright, let me dick around with that. Let me see what the problem is. We'll turn these back on and solder that up. Alright, yeah, it was there right where we needed it. It just didn't look right, but it was okay. Alright. Like I say, I already tinned this. There we go. It's plenty good. Alright, here we go. All I gotta do is glue that down. I'm gonna use some E6000 and it'll be good. It'll be good to put back in the engine. Alright, it's the next day now, and I just got done finished cleaning this up. You know, I wire wheeled it outside, but then when I get all the bulk of the stuff off and the stuff I can't get with the big wire wheels, I bring it in and I go over it with a little Dremel. You know, that way you get in all nooks and crannies and stuff. So yeah, cleaned up pretty nice. I'd paint it today, but it's the weather isn't that good out there. So we got a few minutes left on this video, so I figured maybe I'll just lap the valves in, and we'll call it that, huh? Alright, let me throw these up on the tripod there. I'm gonna use this egg beater type thing here. I made this with little points on it a while back, and that'll fit right inside them two little holes there. So it should work pretty good. Alright, up on a tripod you go. Alright. Yeah, I cleaned up all the valves and everything, so they move pretty good. This one's the exhaust. Even though these are both identical and you can interchange them, I'm going to keep the exhaust, which I know this one's the exhaust because when I took it out, I had to grab it up near the top there, and there's a few little marks. Not going to affect anything, but that's the exhaust, and that moves good in there. And the guide is really tight, really nice. You can tell there's no hours on this engine at all. And then this real nice one is going to be the intake. So let's do the intake first. Yeah, these little pins here, they go in here, and you know, it holds it nice. So got my Clover, Briggs & Stratton. I hope it works on this. Yeah. Briggs & Stratton, so it's made for this engine. We'll start with the course. Just get a little bit of it here and stick it on. Try not to put so much on that it gets down into the guides. Alright. This shouldn't take much because this is actually in pretty good shape. I made sure that the tappets weren't touching. Yeah, this egg beater here, yeah, you know, you turn it like this. But if you look at it, it doesn't go around in circles, it goes back and forth. So that's how it works. Take it, we'll turn it a little bit. Alright, let me get a paper towel here. Let's see how it looks. Alright, yeah, it looks pretty good. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but when you see a little gray line around there, sometimes it's easier to see in different angles. But when you get a good constant gray line all the way around, that's what you want. Alright, now I'm going to put this, put the course away. And then we'll go on the bottom here. See this can? You got the course on the top, fine on the bottom here. I've had this can about 40 years. You can tell by the price of it. I don't know the cost now, but it's $2.83. Make sure you won't have any course grit on there. You can't see it, but the block looks pretty good too. Alright, there should be plenty there. Oh yeah, you see that? Nice steady line all the way around. Yeah, before I paint this, I clean these down with lacquer thinner, so I'm gonna make sure there's no grit down in there. I don't think I got any down there. But all right, yeah, that's good. All right, let me get the other one done now. All right, yeah, this side isn't as pretty, so we're gonna cut it with coarse, and maybe even get a little aggressive with it, and then we'll see what it looks like. Hopefully I don't have to put the valve cutter in there. Okay, make sure. Here we go. Make sure it's not sitting on a cam lobe. Alright, let's look at it. Okay, yeah, left us a good line there. Let me get my flashlight and take a look at the seat here. Nah, I'm not happy with that. I think I'll put a cutter on there. Let me take these off there and show you what I'm looking at. Hold on. Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Got a little shaky there. Alright, let me put a light on the camera here. Yeah. You see there? It's a little pitted. This is the exhaust side. So I'm going to put a light cut on that and make it better. Alright, got a cutter here, so let's give this a try. This goes in here, and that's supposed to be tight. Okay, that's as tight as it can be. And here's our cutter. I'm going to put a little cutting oil on here. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but it ain't gonna hurt, right? Put some on my cutter, make sure I'm using the right side. 46. Alright. Get a rag. Alright. I'm just gonna take a little bit. Okay, I can feel it cutting. And they say just let it spin like that freely. Alright. Yeah, just a little bit. Did what we needed it to do. Alright. Let me take his off of there and you can see what it looks like. Get a close-up look. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, just a little bit is all it took. Alright, let's lap it in. Alright, let's try this again. Shouldn't take too much. Picked up the wrong valve, that was intake. Alright, yeah, it shouldn't take too much. They said you really shouldn't have to lap it after you cut it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Make sure we're at the bottom again. Alright, let's go. I say we shouldn't have to do it that much. It looks good. Alright, let's put some fine on there and call it good. Oh, I just heard my heater kick off. Oops, slipped off. Hold on, we slipped off. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, yeah, that's much better. You didn't want to do that, but you know, sometimes you don't want to do something, and when you get done, you're glad you did it. And I'm glad we did that. Alright, you guys act, you see that? Nice little, not groove, but nice band all the way around. Alright, probably went a little longer than I thought we were gonna, so what do you say? Enough of this? Alright, see you in the next one.